Morning, guys. It's a beautiful but windy Friday morning here in Blacksburg. We got buildings though. This is building A. There's 3 buildings on this site. There's one here, there's one back here behind me, and then there's another one over there. But this one is the only one that's out of the ground. They're working on building B, the foundation for it now. But we're gonna do some dozer work today, so let's go get it going. Okay, so we had a little bit of a change of plans this morning. The dirt, it rained a little bit here, so the dirt got wet. So my dad has disked it, trying to dry it out where we're filling with the dozer. So while we're waiting, we're going to lay a little bit more sewer line, which we've laid most all the sewer line except for, well, there's not a lot left, but there is some left. Don't exactly know which bucket. I need to be digging with this morning. But I think I need a 2-foot. That's a 3-foot. But I think I need this 2-foot right here. I hear that alarm in the background. That's just letting me know that my coupler switch that changes my bucket has been activated, because there has been people killed by those accidentally getting turned on and the bucket falling off on top of somebody while you're working, because it does take the bucket off. There is another button you have to push to make the bucket completely come off, but it still has the alarm for extra safety. Alright, we're going to go over here and start digging out this sewer line. See you there. Okay, so what you're looking at out there right now is building C, or where building C is going to be. They're disking it right now. Sean's running the disc and trying to get it dry, because we still got some more dirt to put in there, a couple more feet of dirt. That's what we planned on doing today. But right now, we're going to try to find the end of this sewer line where we left off a few days ago. And we'll start laying it. We got a structure to put in. The sun's shining right on my screen. I can't see it. I've got a GPS in here. It has all my utilities engraved on it. But I can't see it. Trying to get square with the pipeline. I can see it on there, just have to look really hard. There should be a stop here where I left off. That's what we're looking for, is a stop sticking up. So I'm directly over the sewer line right now, I think. Yeah, I am. Now we just have to find the stop. There's a stake. it uncovered. And got the GPS set up on the grade I want to dig on. I got the laser set up on the grade I want to dig on. I've got an alignment set up. GPS, I have an alignment set up. I use the lines for the utility on the GPS for the sewer utility, and I do a steer too, and it will guide me to dig in the exact spot for the pipe. As long as the GPS is calibrated right. I hadn't put in any of this pipe. With this 138, I've been using the 200. Watson 200 on all this. This GPS is the same. The screen's a lot smaller, but I think I'm a little bit deep right there. We've got most of the storm drain in on this job. We lack a little bit. We have to put in a storm detention system and a couple more manholes, but most of all the storm drain is in. All the water line is in except for the meter vault, and it's still being built. It hasn't been completed yet, so we're waiting on it so we can install it. Throw in a few pictures maybe if I think I took a couple pictures. We still got a little more sewer to put in, so we're working on that today. This goes over to a manhole, and then the manhole is fed by a small pump station that's going to be behind building C. So that's kind of how this is here. We still have to tie the sewer into the city sewer, which is off-site, and we hadn't been given permission to dig off-site yet. We're going to have to dig off the site a couple of 100 feet. So Benton's doing his famous foot measuring trick there to make sure we're dug out far enough for the pipe. I think these joints are about 13 or 14 foot long. When you get into the water line, ductile iron water line that we had to lay on this job, they're 20 feet 3 inches or something like that. But these sewer pipes are a lot shorter. And then all the storm drain has been the ADS N14, and they're 20 foot long. Big corrugated pipe, plastic. Okay, they got the pipe laying in there, so then we normally bell it up with the excavator here. It's got to be bedded with gravel. We use 57s just to keep rocks and stuff from busting the pipe. Give it a nice bed for the rest of its life. Two John Deere skid steers sitting over there, one with pipe, and one's ready with gravel on it. Hold on, I think you need to go to the right a little bit. Alright, so you hear me talking about the laser. Well, there's a laser up inside that pipe. It's up in the where the pipe starts, they're in the manhole. We have a pipe laser in there that's shooting out a beam that is set to a specific grade that this pipe's supposed to be on, and it keeps you perfectly on grade. And then you have an alignment, of course, you know, left and right. So in order to do that, in order to do left and right alignment, we typically set it up with the GPS. The GPS has the utility on the model, on the GPS in the machine, or on the rover that we have, the handheld GPS unit. And that's how we typically line our light up. Used to, before GPS, you had to set up a special transit, alignment, transit, and when you mount it on a manhole, and you had to get it perfectly aligned over top of your pipe, and then you had to aim it perfectly where you wanted to go, and then you had to sight it with your laser, and it was a whole lot bigger deal than what we're doing now. It's pretty simple to line up with the GPS. You don't have to set up all that transit. It's a whole lot quicker and easier. Could have pulled up and dumped it in the ditch instead of beside of it. Now I try to make it a little easier on him so he can get to it easier. Poor thing. Spread this dirt out a little bit for him. Structure goes here. Aha! Goes right. Looking on the GPS. Let me show you what I'm looking at. There we go. You see this big round circle? That is the structure I'm digging to. And the line going out that way, the I don't know what color it is, brown, orange, whatever, going up beside the white line, that is the pipe coming into it from the pump station. And then there's a double line. I'll show you over here. I'm gonna make a mark on the ground right here. That's me blowing the horn because I hit the button. I'll show you right here. Let me zoom in a little bit. But these double lines with the white line in the middle, the white line in the middle is the center line that I'm trying to dig to, and the two other lines are the pipe, 8-inch wide pipe. That's what they represent. So that's where I'm digging to. grade or anything with the GPS while you're moving. So you see me pause, I'm looking at the GPS, checking the grade, and then I continue. It's like, why does he keep pausing? Well, that's why. I need to level myself up a little bit. I'm not happy with how I'm set here. I don't like setting crooked while I'm digging a ditch, because then the bottom of your ditch is also crooked, and I don't want the bottom of the ditch crooked. Wait, hey, down a little more. Start undercutting it a little bit here and putting stone underneath the pipe. Probably about a tenth of a foot of stone under it. Tenth and a half, something like that. See, he's checking the grade with that pipe laser right now. He uses the marks on his shovel, and the laser beam shines on the shovel, and he has marks set, and he knows what grade to check to get it to the right, or what mark to set it on to get to the right grade. His grade down on the shovel more than I did on the GPS, because I'm digging deeper than what I should be according to the GPS. But he may have dropped me down 2/10, because that's about what it seems to be working out to be. Alright, so they're putting the gravel in to go under the pipe right now. He'll grade it out with his foot, and then we'll put the next piece of pipe in, covered up with gravel, and so on. So now I'm digging a little hole for the structure. This is the shallowest structure that I've put in on this job. Most of them have been much, much deeper than this. I got to look in the plans and get the invert in grade of this structure. Actually, the invert out is what I need. The invert out is the one going to this pipe. Invert in's coming from the pump station. So I need to look that number up, and then I got to measure the thickness of the base of the structure to get that number, and then that's how much I have to undercut to get the structure set at the right grade. We'll get the rover over here to get the right grades, to get the grades correct. The excavator will get you close, but it's not an exact way to do things, checking it with the excavator, even though it does tell me grades. Most of the time it's off by a tenth or a tenth and a half or something. Digging in a little bit of the wall stone here, but not much, just barely into it, no big deal. Not going to hurt anything. I'm gonna get that measurement off that structure. Okay, so this is the invert out of this structure, and I'm gonna measure up. It ain't gotta be 100% exact, but within a ½ inch anyway. So that's about 10 and a half. So I add that to the, or I subtract that from the invert out grade, and then I have a grade for the bottom of the structure. 10 and a half. Okay, so here's a look at the plans. Here's building A. Here's building B. A is the one this morning you've seen that has the framework already going up. B, they're working on the footers. C is right here. Obviously, there's nothing been done here yet. This is a dual level building. It has a lower level and an upper level. And there's 10 foot of difference in it, so that's why there's this big slope. They have to build a wall right here, then we can fill to that wall, and there'll be a basement down here and then an upper level here. So we are over here at structure L, which is here, and it comes from structure E, which is right here. So I have to find the grade for structure L. I have to go into the profile to do that. Okay, so here's your profile view. Here's structure E, and then this is your line right here going up to structure L, which is where we are. These are your structures, or your manholes. All these lines are grades. This line right here is the proposed grade of the ground when we get done grading it. So here's your sewer line, and it says right here how long it is and what size it is. It's a 8-inch SDR 35 PVC going at a 1.3%, and it's 163 feet long. And right here it gives me the grades. So this is the invert out. You'll see if you look, it says the other one is at the end of the invert in, it says FM. That means force main. So the invert out is the grade I need, and I just have to subtract the 10 and a half inches off that. So I have to convert 10 and a half inches over to feet, which will give me do that real easily on my calculator here on my phone.
Hey, Patrick, got a copy.
I'll take, let me get my, open my calculator app.
Stuff you got here on the back of the truck, and that's all you brought.
So what I'll do is just put in 10.5 and I'll divide it by 12, and that'll give me 0.875 in feet. So I'll subtract that off of the invert out grade and I'll have the bottom of the structure grade. Alright, so I came up with a 2156.82. So I have to get down to that grade. Benton's going to check it with the rover. It's not a lot deeper than I was already at 5,700. Easy to grade. And already got gravel in it too. All right, see where we at there. You need to go down just 11, not 9. Down a little more. Just going to grade that out when we get close, and then we can set the structure in and hook the pipe up. Okay, so we're getting ready to set the structure in. John Deere 135D gonna set it in for us. Apparently it's about all it wants. Struggling with that thing. Gonna fill the hole full of dirt before they get it in there. Check, make sure it's in the spot that it's supposed to be. pipe, make sure the invert's lined up with the pipe, and then we'll cut a piece of pipe and hook it up to it. And there's a little band hose clamp thing that goes around the rubber where the pipe goes in. You got to clamp all that in. You can see where the force main pipe goes in right here. That's what's going to connect there. It looks like it's going to be sticking out of the ground, but it won't. By the time we get all the dirt in here, this will be all underground. So it's a little easier to put it in right now and then fill up around it than it is to dig down a lot deeper and put it in. But now you just have to work around it when you're filling. So it's like 6 to 1, half a dozen the other. But we're going ahead and put it in because we can't do anything else because of the dirt being so wet right now. So it'll work out.